Here is what is in my camera bag 2022 edition. I'm also a college student, so everything that is in my bag is probably a little more budget oriented. So this is kind of fit around what I have found best that for me as a college student filmmaker. All right, first up, we have the Peak Design Everyday Backpack. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest fan of this backpack. I've had it for about a year now. I just haven't found anything worth switching to. If you're a brand who has a backpack worth switching to, hit me up. Anyways, on the backpack, first off, in my side pocket, we keep a JOBY GORILLAPOD. This sometimes isn't in here if I have my tripod in here instead, but depending what I'm doing, I will have this on the side of the backpack. Next up on the other side, my latest addition is I have one of the new Pavo tubes. This thing's great. It's very versatile. You can stick it on a background. It's magnetic. It has all sorts of different hues. I can change literally everything about it. It has all these effects in it. It has just a crazy amount of variety that it could be used for. I could use it as a key light if I needed, or it's great for product photography / videography. That's what I use it for the most so far. So yeah, I have two of these. I mainly carry one around with me at a time, but if I ever needed another one, I have it. I also love putting them around my bedroom. They look super sick anywhere you put them. Next up, if you open the top of my bag, there is a little pocket right here in the top. And in this pocket, I keep a pair of AirPod Pros. I always keep these on me. They have been my earbud of choice for the last year or so. I love using them for class, for editing sometimes, for listening to music, whatever it is. These things have been great. Next up, in my front pocket, I keep an AirTag. This stays on my backpack at all times. This is in case it was stolen, lost, misplaced. It also, on iPhone, I get a really cool notification when I leave it somewhere. And this actually helps a lot because a lot of times I'll take my camera out of my backpack and then hop in the car real quick with someone or to the next location and realize I literally forgot my whole backpack because of that notification. So that thing has saved me a ton. These things are like $25, so 100% worth it. I have it on my keys as well. You can put them everywhere. They work perfectly. Next up, this is the Peak Design Tech Pouch. This thing is the best thing that I have ever bought for myself. It makes up for this backpack that I don't like so much. This thing keeps me so organized. In fact, it has pretty much every essential thing that I would ever need right here in this bag. I know where everything is. Everything has a spot. It fits so much stuff. And it keeps a ton of like those clutter items from just floating around your backpack. So this is what the inside looks like. Like I said, everything has a spot. I'm gonna go through here and show the things that I keep in here. So first off, I keep a bunch of cables, USB-C. This is my cable for my drive. This is another USB-C. This is a dongle for my iPad or Mac's USB-C, and it has an SD, a micro SD, HDMI, and then 3 USB ports. It's really nice to have. I always keep one on me. This is the drive I use. This is a rugged drive. This thing's amazing for a college student who is going around campus or whatever with your drive. It doesn't matter if you're walking class to class and it's raining or storming or whatever, this drive is gonna stay. These things can take a beating. I've never had it fail on me. This is a 2 terabyte one. I just keep buying these when I need them. They're great to have. They're like $99 at Best Buy, so they're definitely not gonna destroy your bank. Next up, we have the APUTURE ALMX. This light is an amazing light. I kind of wish I would have got the MC version because it has a built-in diffuser and it's not as bright, but I like that it has RGB. This does not have RGB, but it is bicolor. This thing is super good for just throwing in that tech pouch. I love this thing, like I said, would totally recommend getting it. It was like $50 on Amazon. All right, next up in the side of my backpack, I keep a Peter McKinnon variable ND filter by Polar Pro. I absolutely love these ND filters. I bought 2 of them, so they're both 82 millimeter, and then I'll need to just get step rings to fit them for other things, but really all I use it on is my 16 to 35. I have the mist version of these because I watched a video, someone's YouTube video review of them. It's not even really that noticeable, but it just barely softens skin tones and creates kind of a light diffusion around lights. So I really like it. I haven't ever noticed it being too much mist to where I just wanted a normal one. So yeah, I've loved this thing. It has been fantastic. Next up, if my JOBY GORILLAPOD is not in here, then I have this MANFROTTO carbon fiber tripod. This thing's been great. I really wish I would have got the Peak Design travel tripod. It was only like $50 more than this, and that to me is the better tripod, but this does everything I need. It's never like failed and made my camera come crashing down or anything, but super lightweight, still very good for travel, collapses really small like this, so I really do like this. All right, next up to my lens and camera currently. So this is a 50 millimeter 1.2 EF version. This lens is great for sharpness, for photos, for any sort of tight B-roll. I love this lens. I like the bokeh that it will give you. I like using it for any sort of low light situation. It is a great lens. I like how small it is. It doesn't stick out very far. Now, for what stays on my camera probably 95% of the time, the 16 to 35, this lens is amazing. I love this lens. It's the version 3 EF as well. I'm just kind of still in the EF system. We'll eventually switch to RF, but it is really expensive right now. And like I said, I'm a student on a budget. So I got this lens for a crazy deal on Facebook Marketplace. It's in great condition. Love this lens. It's great for photos, video, real estate stuff. It's a very versatile lens, so I use it for a lot of different stuff. The camera that I have decided to use the year 2022 is the Canon EOS R6. This camera has been amazing. This camera is great in low light situations. It's super lightweight. It has 4K 60, which has been amazing. It has 1080 120, which is also great to use sometimes. But yeah, I've absolutely loved this camera. It does everything and more than I would ever need for what I do. So that's what stays mainly in my camera bag, except actually I forgot to mention this microphone right here. This is the Rode VideoMic Pro. It works great. It's what you're listening to. It's clearly working good, or hopefully it is. Maybe it sounds awful. There's one more thing. So in the very back of my backpack, I keep, at all times pretty much now, a iPad Pro. This thing is what I've kind of switched to for school, as well as editing photos a lot of the time. So this thing works great. I have the Apple keyboard on it. I have an Apple Pencil that I also use editing photos. It is super killer. All right, so that is for sure everything in this backpack. Now, lastly, what I carry with me, I'd say 80% of the time, is this DJI drone. I leave it in the bag that it came with because that backpack has absolutely no room for it. If I switch to something bigger, I would probably just keep it in my camera bag because I use it quite a bit. So this is the DJI MAVIC Air 2. This is a fantastic drone. I have the Flymore kit, so it comes with 2 extra batteries and some ND filters. It works absolutely fantastic. I have flown the DJI MAVIC 3 as well as the MAVIC 2, and honestly, I really enjoy the Air. It's lighter, it would fit in my backpack easier. It stays in this small bag, which is really nice, has great battery life. It shoots 4K. It does everything I need out of a drone, and more. So this has been a fantastic drone. And yeah, that's what 2022's camera gear looks like. I'm always adding more gear to the setup. I know that eventually I have a few more things on my list that I would love to get into, but for now, this is kind of my everyday stuff. This is what I carry on me at all times. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing the setup, seeing all the gear that I haul around each and every day to make these videos happen, and I'll see you next time. Peace.